Good morning. Gray skies this morning. Temperature's decent, in the 50s. We'll take it. Let's breathe together. Start with your posture and sitting in a chair. Rock side to side on your sit bones. Plant them evenly and firmly. Your knees at 90 degrees, hip width apart. Your feet hip width apart, flat on the floor with the toes pointing forward. Or on your back, maybe still in your bed. The floor, the sofa, or your recliner kicked back. Comfortable with your legs uncrossed and your arms gently at your side with the palms facing up. Let the surface under you support you. All the work done by that surface. All you have to do is be there. Now lift your chest and tuck your chin back towards your neck gently and notice how things straighten and begin to clear a path for blood and breath and nerve impulses and energy to flow. Good. And now a favorite part, the softness part. Do this for yourself every morning, even if you don't get to the breath practice. Reminding yourself before you get out of bed to go soft. Or at night as you're in bed and ready to go to sleep, to allow yourself to be soft. Starting at the top of your head and allowing your scalp to be separate from the bony skull and soft, and let it release. Like it expands, and as it expands, seems like the ears get lower. And feel across the back of your head, below the bump, the occipital ridge. Feel that soft. Let it drop and be heavy and totally soft. And then across your forehead, smooth, no wrinkles. Your eyebrows, heavy. And your eyelids soft. And your cheeks, warm, heavy, soft. Your nose and lips. Your tongue and your mouth from the base to the tip, soft and warm and heavy. And then release your jaw and let all this softness flow into the rest of your body from top to bottom, all the way out to your fingernails, all the way down through your torso and your legs, and all the way out to your toes. And just enjoy being soft. And any place tension creeps back in, let it go again. Now shift the focus of your breath from your chest to your belly and pull the air in through both nostrils. Pull it down so your belly rounds up. And then let it go and feel your belly move back down. Letting the exhale out a little slower and longer than the inhale. And then repeat. Pulling the air in through both nostrils if you can, and pulling it down so your belly rounds. Then releasing it and letting the exhale go a little slower and longer than the inhale. Not trying too hard. A normal sized breath. Just breathing down to your belly and then letting it go a little slower. When your belly rounds, it's a signal to you that you've brought the air down to the bottom lobes of the lungs where most of the circulation, the blood circulation takes place. It's said that there's a half to a teacup of blood up at the top and a whole liter at the bottom, and the blood circulates and the air the oxygen is picked up by the bloodstream and carbon dioxide is deposited so that it can be exhaled. So the give and take of oxygen and carbon dioxide is a very healthy exchange. And so increase it by bringing the air down lower. So simple, you're breathing all the time. Just a simple focus on letting the belly round when you inhale and letting the exhale be a little longer. Good. Now focus your attention on your shoulders. Inhale and pull them up towards your ears and hold them there and continue the breath. And then on the next exhale, drop them down. This time, try pulling the shoulders down and holding them down and breathing. Breathing the low, slow breath, the belly rounding, the exhale slow. Just a little slower than the inhale. Don't build extra tension trying. Just let it occur naturally with the focus on inhaling and the belly rounds and exhaling and the exhale slows a little. Inhaling through both nostrils and exhaling through either the mouth or the nose. Maybe try letting it go out through rounded lips, slowly like you were blowing on something hot. A gentle, effective breath. Now release your shoulders and let them return to a neutral position. And notice, are they a little lower than they were the first time you raised them? So much tension is carried in this shoulder and upper back area. It's a really tense place when we're looking at little screens and computer screens and telephone screens. And so we're aware of it. And we can raise our shoulders up and breathe and lower them down and breathe and then let them return to a natural position, releasing the tension. Now do it in a way that moves quickly. Do the speed that fits you. Inhale the shoulders up, exhale them down. And make the breath audible so you can hear it in through the nose, out through either the nose or the lips. Good. And now return to neutral, both with the breath and the movement of the shoulders. Now return to a natural neutral position with your shoulders and focus on your low, slow breath. We've been talking about gratitude. And I've mentioned Dr. Huberman and his podcast on gratitude practices. Some interesting things he talks about in his podcast. As you continue the low, slow breath, just listen to some of the facts about gratitude that he told us from research. Here's an interesting one. A group of people, not at the same time or in the same location, listened to a story. You know, an uplifting story like one you might see on Hallmark. And after they listened to the story, their vitals were measured. And what was so interesting, that even though the people weren't doing it at the same time, they weren't doing it in the same place, that they measured the similarities in the function of the vitals. And the group had a cohesive pattern that developed for all of them. And so this was just a beginning of the effects of stories on our physiology. And when Dr. Huberman suggests a gratitude practice, one of the foundations of that is a gratitude story. And it seems that if you hear the story once, that you can use just a snippet of it in your mind's eye to set up a gratitude practice. One of the ones that we've used in the past is the story of Bondo the dog. And this is an Alaskan story, and Bondo's a sled dog. And years ago there was an epidemic, I don't remember what it was, a disease, and the children in the village were sick, and they needed medicine that was a distance away and no way to get the medicine. And the children were very sick. There were storms and the inability to move. And so Bondo was sent to get the medicine. And when the sled dog got the medicine and returned back to the village, he was greeted by the villagers with gratitude. Gratitude because the medicine saved their children's lives. So that's a great story. And it's a video, a YouTube, or a movie that you can call up on your device and watch. And what Dr. Huberman's research showed is that you can now use just a piece of that. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to feel deeply the gratitude that's being expressed. Not about the gratitude being felt by the recipient, but about the gratitude being expressed and what those people feel like, and putting yourself in their place. And so you can use this in your gratitude practice. And Dr. Huberman suggests that an effective gratitude practice can be done in 1 to 2 minutes. And so you can use the mind's eye picture of the families outside in the village as Bondo came bounding back into town carrying the medicine, and their gratitude and their applause and their tears. Their gratitude because Bondo was going to save their children's lives. And you can use that short snippet as a part of your gratitude practice. You can also create other stories. Create your own story from your own experience. But what you're looking to do is feel what the people felt who were grateful. So to set it up, you might breathe your low, slow breath. Get yourself calm and relaxed and soft. And then make a mental picture of the people cheering and crying because the medicine had been delivered by Bondo. 1 to 2 minutes. Many effects are created, and the research he quotes changes the circuitry of the brain. And it's possibly not a permanent change, but certainly a momentary change. And over time, things done over and over create big effects. And so the effects that he measured in one of the research studies was that this effective gratitude practice changed brain circuitry so that the areas of the brain that feel fear, that are fearful, were calmed. And the other one was the immune system. It regulated the biochemical effects of the immune system and strengthened the immune system. pretty simple. So for the next 1 to 2 minutes, just continue your low, slow breath and picture either the villagers clapping and crying as Bondo bounded into town saving their children's lives, or perhaps your own story, and continue the breath for 2 more minutes while you let the video play in your head. And set it up as your gratitude practice. Perhaps a good time to remind yourself is when you wake up in the morning or when you go to bed at night. Those seem to be consistent in life. And a good place to tap into the gratitude practice. Do it as often as you remember. Keep breathing and enjoying the effects of gratitude. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.